Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. Time is of the essence. We a dying breed. Yeah. Now here we go trying to make tomorrow be something. But every time we rise up, they try to take it from us. Why they not protecting us like we a dying species? You just see if you can't see me. If we not dying from gunshots, murder, diseases, in jail. Oh well. Yeah, then. Now this is black excellence. It's black excellence. This is black excellence. Yeah, this is black excellence. Black excellence. Yeah. This is black excellence. Black excellence. Yeah. This is black excellence. Yeah.
Peace and blessings, everybody. If you're hearing this and seeing this, you're worthy and you blessed. You know what it is. Trap Rehab TV and Trap Rehab Radio. I guess that's what this is going to be. Today we'll be talking to a wonderful spirit from the city of Asheville, Phyllis, and I don't want to butcher your last name, but how do you pronounce your last name?
Yes, Utley.
Phyllis Utley, and she is known around town very well as a storyteller, a healer, and just a wonderful person. This is what I always hear when you come in the room. What do they call you?
Lady Sunshine.
Lady Sunshine. Every time you come in the room, it's sunshine. She always brings joy and peace. So what we're going to do today is just kind of discuss things. First, let us know a little bit about yourself, Phyllis, whatever you feel like telling.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's real. I am an organizer, social justice activist, literary artist, and really appreciate being able to be of service in community, bringing people together. Feel like I'm a weaver, networker, helping bring resources to community. And I love doing that. I love filling in the gap because so many times there's things going on, but people don't know the information. They don't know about what's happening. And so to just be able to share, spread some light, so that we can all, live better is my goal. Yeah, I don't want to do things just for me, just to focus on me. I'm all about helping us build together. I'm really grateful for the ancestors and all the work they did before. I'll be like, we are where we are today because of the work that they went through. And so to just I got the baton right now. I'm on the race, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm grateful to just do my part during this time period that I'm on the planet.
Awesome, beautiful. Yeah, that's what I noticed. Like you're always in the spaces where it's help to be done and people around that's trying to help. Like the last time that I saw you was at RJC's Lunch and Learn. And then that's when you announced your book situation with Master P. If you don't mind going there a little bit.
That was beautiful. And I also honor you as an author and the work you're doing and you sharing your story and everything. So I've been working on different book projects for a minute. And I actually met Master P at an event by Dr. George Frazier in Charlotte. He does this power networking conference every year for I think the past 20 years.
Yeah.
And he brings folks together so that we can actually build together. That's our strength.
Yeah.
And that's why I think systems and policies, practices, procedures do everything to disconnect us.
Yeah.
Because we are so mighty and powerful together.
Yeah.
And
on the same
build
accord.
together, there's nothing nobody can do.
Yeah.
That's why the effort is so much to disconnect. And so that's part of what this conference does, is to bring people together so that we can actually build together and strengthen each other. And so there are 2 books, well, actually 3. There's Mastering Wealth, volumes 1 and 2. And so I myself, along with 29 other thought leaders across the country, all have chapters in this book.
Yeah.
And my chapter is specific to reclaiming our wealth. a purpose of reclaiming our wealth, because we are not poor people. I don't
Mm-mm.
care what nobody say, right?
Uh-uh.
We are brilliant. We have, I mean, most of the time where all these patents came about, it was because it was a black person,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're the ones, we're the creative minds. And so when we don't take strength in that, we claim ourselves. We claim our ancestors, learning the lessons from our ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
That's also wealth. Our social capital of building together is our wealth.
Yeah.
Our health is our wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, my chapter is about reclaiming.
Yeah.
My mom, Queen Mother Maggie Bell, amazing, amazing being of light and love when she was in her physical body here in the Asheville community and
Mm-hmm.
beyond. She
Right.
said the ancestors told her to restore, remember, reimagine, reclaim. So, of course, my chapter is called Reclaiming
Yeah.
Our Wealth. And so, yes, it will be available on Amazon actually beginning of November.
Oh, okay.
We had a book release last night in Atlanta with other authors at
Awesome.
New Birth with Dr. Jamal Bryant. And it
Mm.
was powerful, powerful because, again, I mean, it's up, nobody is going to do this for us.
Yeah.
Our reparations is restoring ourselves, getting our
Exactly.
righteous right mind back. Okay.
Exactly. If you could read this behind me, it's says be your own reparations. That's something
Boom.
that I'm working on as far as like a person as yourself, because one of the things that me and Nicole Lee have been discussing is about how um reparations and the state of this country is similar to the chakra in your body. So it's like as you heal, if you can heal yourself, you can be healing to other people. So you if you focus on healing yourself and the things that you're short, then it radiates out to other people and you see, hey, I see where he's suffering at. Let me help that. You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful. Yeah,
That part.
yeah,
Exactly. As I heal myself, I heal the world.
exactly. Because you don't want to see the same pain that you went through. Exactly.
That's right.
Speaking of healing, since the hurricane, I see a lot of news, and it's been tragedy, not to take anything from anybody else's tragedy and sadness. We stand in solidarity with everybody who's going through something in this because we're all going through this together. But
Hmm.
I rarely see anything discussing the state of Black Asheville. And I know you're active in the community, and as we spoke with, you're a healer. So I know your heart has been out there helping our people. So what is the state like for Black Asheville at this point?
I mean, I think um I so I mean it's a we were I mean it's a that's just an interesting question because when historically,
Mhm.
so many things prior to this, he
Mhm.
had placed us in a position that would like down, 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 down.
Mhm.
Now, I think honestly, I would say what I personally, this is just my own thoughts and feelings, and I'm
Mhm.
still reflecting, I'm still processing,
Yeah.
is that there's a lot of resources that's come into our community and into the Black community right
Mm.
now that probably, in some kind of ways, it's kind of a different type of reparations, really.
Yeah, and and that's crazy about it because I noticed like because as far as like there's something else we talked about with the epigenetics and all that, we're already so hardwired to deal with tragedy that
Yes.
it's like I had heard about things that was going on in Asheville, and I hopped up and rode over there. I'm thinking, let's see what the River Arts District looked like, because that's where my heart is at in Asheville, where everything. And I got a song that kind of explains that, but I'm chasing rabbits. I'll talk to you about that later. Um, and I saw how bad it was, and it hurt my heart. So I'm like, man, let me ride around, just ride around place I know, rode past the grind, and the grind looked like it was closed, but it didn't look like as bad as down the street. And then, I rode up into the hood, and I'm looking, that's when I first started seeing the water canisters. Like and I had an understanding of what they were saying. Oh, they drinking, water from the river. I mean, they cleaning up that stuff with water from the river that they can't drink. And I seen it, and I'm like, man, I hadn't seen that on anybody, anybody's post. And I'm looking at like, and then I rode past the hospital and seen the water trucks, and then I came to the realization later that, oh man, they have to have water at the hospital to keep it going, or else they don't have a hospital. So I'm looking at that, and then I go back and look at the news. I'm like, man, I really don't see anybody really explaining this, the understanding. But like I said, as I'm riding through, everybody just kind of going about their business as normal, because it's like, okay, we done had, and this is one thing that our kids that, like, my daughter's 14. Them kids, in that age range, they done been through COVID. They done been through BLM. They done been through
Yes.
this in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, y'all are gonna
Right.
be on the strength level of people surviving the Great Depression. You know what I'm saying?
For
If we
real.
can come out, yeah, because it's like the economy. You're hearing the scares about foreign wars and government, and on a level that we didn't hear when we were growing up. At least me personally, So, and to see my daughter, just like you say, it's like we're hardwired to go through it. Her and her friends, she's like, hey, come over, we having sleepovers since we ain't at school. Hey, we doing this, they go and oh, we got snacks at school now, you know what I'm saying? So they taking the snacks and having fun with that. And I'm like, they just gonna be some tough kids. They're gonna and it's our job to show them levels of, okay, this went down. We worked through it and we came together like this. And that's one thing I see about this is I feel like this is an opportunity for us to build back stronger and in the positions that, like you say, we can start reparations by building it off of
Yes.
this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what that was where we're at with that.
Oh yeah. I saw some children. A tree had like the whole ground had come up. The tree
Yeah,
was, I mean, and it was a big old tree,
yeah,
was had bust through, it was,
yeah.
and I saw some children and they had made it into like a little playhouse. I mean,
Wow,
and
wow,
I was like, they just right like living.
yeah,
And I do think that something really beautiful in the midst of like whatever the situation, something really beautiful can come from this
definitely.
and the rebuilding of it, and like all of the infrastructure. I
Yeah,
mean, that's what we talk about in racial equity work. We talk about the groundwater,
yeah,
because we see these symptoms, but there's something deeper underneath, and that's what we're
mhm,
finding in this situation was the infrastructures of the cities and the counties in this region were
mhm.
so like trying to get parts for things, they're so outdated, so
Wow,
that maybe we can build better, stronger, and with an equity lens.
yeah.
Now that it's almost kind of not the same. I don't even want to say it's a level playing field, because
It's
some people,
close.
right, you got options, you can get out, you can do this,
Yeah,
you can do that, and other
yeah,
people don't. This is what
yeah,
we got, and this is what we got to work with, and then people can bring in stuff, because I've helped people bring in things from Charlotte and other places. People are,
yeah,
concerned about folks in Asheville, and you got all these distribution centers going on.
yeah,
Center for Participatory Change has one. There's one at the Addington. I mean, like so many different places. There's just rooms of you can come and get resources and
yeah,
supplies to help you live. I think during this time period and beyond, because right,
yeah,
we almost in November right now,
yeah. Exactly.
and people's whole jobs have been totally wiped out.
Man, yeah, we had just, me and my partner had just purchased a hot dog cart, and I was learning the ins. I'm talking about the Wednesday, like the day that week. And I'm learning the ins and outs. I got to get this and that. Okay, yeah, I got I'm gonna get in touch with Black Wall Street and all that. And then Helene happened, and now the hot dog truck is just sitting because there's no commissary kitchens. The things that you need to have a restaurant. How are restaurants there now in Asheville? I hadn't
I
been
mean,
trying to go to
yeah,
restaurants.
there's some, but there's, they've been impacted because the
Yeah,
water,
that's what
the
makes me
water
ask
is the
that.
main thing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so there's not, some are not, some will not come back.
Mm,
Um, and that we have the world, what is it? World Kitchen Cuisine is out. There's a lot of places that are serving hot food to people.
yeah.
Because right, because the need is so great.
Wow.
So it's an experience out none of us has ever experienced before.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. Mm-mm.
Right. I sat in a meeting today with different people from all over Western North Carolina.
Wow.
But we already knew we had a housing situation,
Mm-hmm.
housing crisis to begin with. Now
Mm-hmm.
people who had homes and places to stay got totally wiped out.
Yeah.
So those are, I mean, we're talking about a whole other group of people who were not necessarily the ones that we saw before that were without houses. These are people that had houses that are living in tents right now.
Yeah, and that's what I say about it. Financially, people might be in different positions, but understanding wise, it's definitely a level playing field. Because when I rode through there, like I said, past the Editing Center and all that, and seeing people had stuff out to dry, and saying at the bottom past the hood, in the hood and stuff. I also rode through Biltmore Estates, like the area, the
Hmm.
square, like, and seeing there's people out there with stuff out to dry, to very nice shops and very nice
Yeah,
I'm like, it's the same. It's like it all over. We're
all
trying to
over.
clean up, and we're hurt and scared, but at the same time, with people still being as hopeful. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say. We all collectively grab off of that hope, take what we know we don't want, and build off of. We can build without the demons. You know what I'm saying? On it, basically, we can build with the things that we want to see in a city, and not with the hidden agendas, or this people, over here is going to do better than this. It's all like, hey, everybody could come together and heal together.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the magic. I think that's the magic of this. It's right,
Hmm.
right. People, I've heard even today, I heard people who weren't getting along with each other prior to this. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, right, like we all need to help each other.
yeah.
And it's making a difference in relationships. And I expect something really beautiful to come of all of this.
Yeah, definitely. I'm seeing it too, so I'm like the opportunity, just the conversation and the hope and all of that stuff is there. So that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna hold you much longer. I do want you to talk about any of like the latest projects you may be having going on, or anything besides, the big project with Master P and the book.
Well, so it's when so I'm also a member of North Carolina Black Leadership Organizing Collective.
Hmm.
And so NC Block is the acronym, but it stands
Mhm.
for North Carolina Black Leadership Organizing Collective.
Hmm.
We're doing a series of conversations on protecting Black freedoms.
Mhm.
Because we're continuing what our ancestors started as far as working towards our true liberation. And so that's happening now. Also a member of BYP 100, that's Black Youth Project 100. We have a series of things that are happening. I I'm just fascinated by the times that we're living in,
Yeah.
connecting with other people who are doing amazing things.
Yeah.
Right, my big project, we're working with Zambia, some folks in Zambia,
Oh.
Africa, which
Oh.
is really practicing true cooperative education, true cooperative economics.
Mm.
See, we talk about that during Kwanzaa, but
Mm.
nevertheless, how we practice this daily. And so we received an actual blessing from one of the chiefs in Zambia to
Wow.
work together with 200,000 acres of
Wow.
mineral rich land. So
Wow.
they were literally walking on gold mines,
Wow.
but they do not have the tools or the resources, the capital to get it out the ground.
Mm.
We on this side of diaspora have the resources and the capital, access to capital to be able to assist in that area,
Mm-hmm.
and so what a combination that is.
Wait a minute.
So
So is this like like, hey, it's some land over here in Africa that's mineral rich, which means possibly
yes,
gold thing.
yes,
And what's the
silver,
real
cobalt,
gold? Yeah, what's gonna be the real gold is like the quartz and lithium and all the stuff that they're
yes,
using to make
yes,
these chips. So yeah, and is it like, hey, if you're interested, come with us and we can help them benefit and we'll also benefit type thing.
exactly. That's what it is. We're a
Mm.
tribe of people from different parts of the country
Mm-hmm.
that are committed to doing just that in collaboration. Now the mining companies are
Yeah.
already there, but
Yeah.
they don't care about the people. They don't care about improving the quality of life for
Yeah.
the folks. They're about extracting and exploiting.
Hmm.
We are the only Black woman owned mining company. Okay.
Wow. So it's like,
Yes.
yeah, y'all are challenging them and the status quo of the workers and anybody involved and the participation. And it's like where y'all got these other mining companies who just you work, I give you this little bit and run
Right.
off with everything. It's like, no, hold on. They should have a percentage of this or you
There
know
you
what I'm
go.
saying, what land repair and as we take the land,
Yes.
help build the infrastructure type stuff. Yeah, and that
That's it.
man, that's that's big. That is real
That
big.
right. And that
Yeah.
was really something that it really has been a lifelong dream of mine. Like
Wow.
I really for us to change the economic situation of Black folks here, we
Hmm.
have to do quantum leap things. It's
Yeah.
not like when the grandmama on them and they say, "Oh, go to school, get a good job." Like
Mm-mm.
that's not our salvation. That is
No.
right. We know that hasn't worked. Okay,
Yeah. It led us to where we're
we
at
have
now.
to do something massive, and this has been what I wanted all my life to be a part of this type of thing. Right? The chief is over 100 years old, and I
Yeah.
met with him. He gave me a blessing. He spoke some prophetic words over my life.
Wow.
Because we family, we ain't
Yeah.
about just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do some mining on your land. Okay,
Yeah,
blah blah
next
blah.
slide. No, it's like, no,
No,
you come out. I want to feel your spirit. I want to give you, you know what I'm
yes,
saying, touch with you on another level. So I know type
you
stuff. I
know,
know when I connect with you, we boom. Okay, now I
that's
know
right,
it. Yeah, because we're on the same page. We're on the same vibration. That's what's up.
that's
Wow,
it,
man. That's
right. And then when
powerful.
there's school that the children were working, we brought supplies to the schools. We're starting a medical a clinic, so it's right holistic in the approach,
Wow.
right? And so yeah, this is like I'm like in my out. I mean, people use the word anointing.
Yeah.
It can be that, right?
Yeah.
I do definitely feel like I was created for a time such as this, and
Yeah.
then to even go to Africa, even during this time period, I was in Africa the beginning of this of the right after the thing happened here. And
Wow.
when they told me in preparation that, oh, well, sometimes the power is not working, but there are generators, and I was like, hey, that's the other thing. It's like perspective. Where
Yeah.
I believe, right, we kind of been spoiled on this side, like
Oh yeah.
whereas a lot of people in the world don't live with, all of the power that we have on a consistent basis or thought we
Yeah.
had. I was
Yeah.
talking to a lady today that said like she didn't know the infrastructure was so bad on their side. She said this, well, she literally said, this not Africa.
No, man.
But and she was like, they can come from over there to help us over here because
Yeah, like they
it
do it
is
all
so
the time.
messed up here.
Wow, yeah. So they so used to fixing yeah, man, that's where the innovation comes at because they probably, oh, y'all got, oh man, all you do is blah blah blah. We do this all the
Right.
time. Yeah. And we, like I
Right.
say, we so hardwired for, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying, survival. Man, oh, it's like this all the time in Africa. Bah, 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 bah. Y'all don't need take that. Hey, you know, and they be like, you know, this it's deep. That's very deep. Well, look, I feel absolutely honored to been able to have this conversation. So, you know, it's been a major blessing. Give some of your either social or, you know, like organization contact, you know, so people can
Yeah.
get better.
And I would say that I'm all on in all social media platforms. Phyllis Utley,
Mm-hmm.
Utley,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, Instagram, all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn. You can find me on Phyllis Utley, Utley.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to connect with other like-minded people
Awesome.
and I look forward to, recreating, restoring, rebuilding together. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you for this opportunity. I had no idea, this was such a beautiful gift to
Oh
be able
man,
to
thank
have
you.
this
That's
conversation
almost half
today.
a blessing. Yeah, definitely, definitely, man. Likewise. Well, that's it, y'all. Trap Rehab TV. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings, everyone.